Welcome to the D&D Morning Show. I'm Dorothy. This is Drew.
D&D.
D&D.
Where'd that come
I
from?
don't know. I was just thinking about sometimes on these talk shows they introduce themselves, the D&D Morning Show starring Dorothy and...
Of course it's starring Dorothy.
And...
Drew.
Oh, that didn't sound exciting. And Drew!
Oh
You gotta put some oomph into it. Right, sometimes they announce it and then the camera comes in as they're like sipping their tea or
That's
whatever.
what Dorothy thinks about the Dorothy show. She's like thinking of like ideas. She's like, I wonder what else we could do for my show.
It's because I'm the planner. So if I don't plan the show, then Drew will sit down and be like, what are we talking about?
We just wing it.
What are we talking about today, Dorothy, on the show?
So much fun to wing it.
Anyway, today we've got a whole lineup again for the show here. We're going to start off with a fun fact, of course. And our main topic today is about sugar and how it is a drug. I was actually talking to Drew beforehand saying, are you sure it's not too strong?
Oh, Dorothy.
Because I'm always worried, I don't want to be too controversial. Is that the right thing? But we
Dorothy
are
doesn't
kind of
want to hurt anyone's feelings.
Yeah, so are you sure that's not too strong? And Drew's like, no, it's a good topic. So we're going to talk about that today. We have a recipe again with CTP, and we'll end off with a quote.
What kind of quote?
About sugar.
Sugar quote.
A sugar quote.
Sweet.
Sweet. So Drew, why don't you get started talking about the fun fact?
Fun fact.
Yes.
Okay. So we thought, like, we get a chance to talk with you guys. This is usually this is a private, like, these are private videos that are fun facts. It's a way for you guys to get to know us a bit better. So we open up our homes to you and our lives in a different type of way. And I thought we would share with you some of our ideas and things that we do to our home, because we're doing like a bit of remodeling. We have over the years have done a few things.
Few little things.
But we're doing some more things. So we thought it'd be cool to share with you that in the bedroom, it's a beach theme. Mm-hmm. So most of you know that we go to the beach often, usually in the summertime.
Love the beach.
Or we go there for extended periods of time. So our longest time has been a month, or 2 months.
2 months is
maybe longer here in the future.
Yes, we'll see.
So we thought we love the beach so much, why don't we bring that to our home here? So the bedroom is beach theme.
Mm-hmm. We did that about a year ago or so.
But there's continual edits to it.
Oh, yeah, there is.
Additions, I should say.
Edits. So, we're always when we leave the beach, it's like, feels almost like we leave a piece of us behind. You know what I mean? Like, oh, the beach, and we're a little sad. And then this one time, Drew says, well, why don't we just bring the beach home with us? So each time we bring a little something back with us from the beach and add it to our beach room.
Which is our bedroom.
Bedroom.
So we have like beach colors. We painted a wall, and we've added some seashells, just little things. We got a fountain in there. It's very beachy. So it's nice. And I think that on a more serious note, your room, like many times I think our rooms are a bit messy.
Cluttered.
Cluttered with things. We have like clothes jammed in everywhere. We also have like electronics. We have our phones and TVs going all the time. And we feel that your bedroom should be peaceful. It should be a quiet area, a peaceful area that's like a restful night's sleep. So maybe have a book and something to write, and that's it. You shouldn't have all this stuff in your room.
Yeah. And I've been doing, the past couple of years, been doing some more learning about feng shui. And that's the number one, like, feng shui faux pas is, like, the clutter. Like, because energy cannot move through when there's all that clutter. So, just as you were talking about it, I thought about that fact.
And then the other thing is, we've been going to New York here for the last few years, and we really enjoy New York. It's kind of funny.
They're so opposite.
Yeah.
Like, the beach is so relaxed and low-key and
bright, colorful.
Yeah, and then you go to New York and it's brick and loud and
cluttered and people and noise.
It's just funny how, throughout our journeys, this is a place, the two places that we love are so extreme from one another.
Yeah. So anyways, one of the other things we're doing to the home is making our other area, like our living room area, more New York-ish. So
this is Drew's idea. I'm
my idea.
still trying to get on board.
I think it's a great idea because we love both areas. We don't want to leave either. And the bedroom with the beach theme went over so well.
I love our beach theme.
So I was like, well, why don't we bring New York? Like we brought LA Beach here. Why don't we bring New York here? So we've got some ideas. You'll have to ask us. You have to remind us in the future because we have some ideas, a few small things we've done, and we're going to do something bigger here.
Yes.
Get a big giant wall that way.
That Drew has a big idea for that I'm still trying to get on board with.
So ask us there.
It's a big idea. So.
And we wanted to open that up and share that with you. So
yeah,
that's our fun fact for today.
So let's get into our main topic today. And today we're talking about sugar and how it is a drug. And that's kind of difficult for me to say, and because I always think it's so strong the first time that I've heard it, and the first time that, because I've been doing a lot of reading and research about sugar and as a drug. So the first time I heard it, I was like, whoa, like that is a little extreme to say. But the more that I was learning about sugar and the effects of sugar on our body and how our body reacts to it mentally and emotionally, I'm learning why that statement is so true. And there's been all of this research done about the effects on the body being similar to some of those, bigger drugs. I think like cocaine was one of them or something, wasn't it?
I mean, yeah. I mean, we're not going to get into like
the research,
exact comparisons, but I think sometimes when we're at presentations and I say that, I think some people's eyes get a little bit bigger. And then Dorothy explains. Yeah. She's like, I know that sounds extreme, but listen.
Because I was there too. I'm like, that's too extreme, because sugar is put into, unfortunately, a food category and it's socially accepted. And I was telling Drew the other day, I was driving home from somewhere, and I always get these like thoughts in my head, and I was going over our last event in my head, because we're always, working towards how to make things better. So I was reviewing our last event in my head, and we had talked about sugar and how it is a drug. And I was thinking about how come sugar is so socially accepted in our society, and how we think that, just having sugar once in a while is okay, because we would never say that about a drug. It's okay to have it once in a while, right? But how come that's okay with sugar? So that's kind of what was going on in my brain at that time.
Well, I heard that olive oil is the oldest commodity, like traded commodity, but like sugar's got to be up there, like as one of the oldest things products that have been traded and used for years and years. And I think because it's always been like that, it's acceptable. Like just because it's all like we don't realize, like smoking, like doctors used to recommend smoking, for example, and they just didn't have the research. And I'd imagine it's the same thing with sugar. Now we understand, like it's highly addictive, it's harmful to our health, and unfortunately we put it in everything. So we don't think about it being a drug. We don't think about how harmful it is and can be. If you want to get more controversial here, we have alcohol used to be illegal, and now it's legalized. You drink alcohol, you can only drink a certain amount for it to be legal. Of course, you can't drive, but it used to be illegal. And marijuana, same way. It used to be illegal, and now it's legal. You can buy it at wherever, and it's going to continue to be more available. And I think that before, in the next generations, the next 20 years, people aren't going to have bad thoughts around marijuana. They're just going to be like, oh, that's normal. And 10 years ago, people are like, oh my gosh, you smoke weed? Yeah. Or what's that weed smell? People are smoking drugs.
Oh my gosh. Right?
And I think that it's just become normal, and with sugar, that it's okay because it's always been like that. Right. And we just want to let you know it's not okay.
It's not.
And it's a drug that's harmful to our health. And just because society says it's normal and natural and you can have it, you shouldn't.
Right. And it just, I don't know, it's so, I don't know what the right word is here, but like it's so frustrating maybe is the right word, because it's in everything that we buy. Like all packaged foods at the grocery store, you can almost guarantee that sugar's in there. So it just blows my mind. Like, how is this allowed, right? How are they allowed to do that to us
Mm-hmm.
without even like educating us on the detriments of it.
And on top of that, we, as a society, we add sugar to things.
Right.
Like we add sugar to baking. You know, always talk about healthy alternatives. Like we add sugar to baking, or we add refined sugar to our coffee. And it's like, I'm like, sugar is in everything. We don't need more of it. Stop adding more. So I think if we look at, a lot of times people say, oh, I cut out all sugar. I mean, there's different forms of sugar. Like from a fruit, that's a clean sugar that your body can process properly. Refined sugar, a lot of times your body's like, what is this? It's a toxin. So many times that's stored as body fat. So we continue to put sugar in our body, and we can't figure out why we continue to gain body fat, why we don't sleep, why we're nasally, you know, why we have all these issues, but we keep putting these toxins in our body and don't consider what the source is.
Right. Yeah, because when we talk about sugar, we're talking about the white, refined sugar. And, you know, there are other more healthier versions or other forms of sugar, like from fruit or natural sources like honey or maple syrup, that your body can recognize and utilize.
Right. So that's what we got to say about sugar. Take that.
Put that in your pipe and smoke it. All right, the recipe today is kind of an addition to a recipe that we've already have. One of our most, popular, I suppose, recipes would be our quinoa cupcake recipe.
So good.
And yeah, it's very delicious, and it's even kid approved. Kids love it, and you know what? They don't even know the difference. They think they're eating chocolate cake. So it's awesome. That recipe we've had out for a couple years now. But there's no flour and no refined sugar, no dairy, and it's just pure goodness. It's so decadent.
Oh.
Right? It's just rich and chocolatey and smooth and yummy. And we do have a frosting recipe that goes with it, but I've just tweaked the frosting recipe a little bit, and that's what I wanted to share with you guys today. So to make the frosting for the quinoa cupcake, you take a can of coconut milk. So it has to be the can, it has to be a full fat coconut milk. It can't be that light stuff. It won't work with the light stuff. So you take the can of full fat coconut milk, put it in the fridge overnight. So the day before you're going to make the frosting, throw it in the fridge. Then you're going to scrape off the top cream part, so it'll separate. The liquid will go on the bottom, and then on the top you'll have the cream. So scoop that out of the can, the cream, and then all you're going to do is you're going to add some healthy sweetener, so maple syrup or honey.
So you take the cream and you put it in the bowl.
In a bowl.
Okay.
So scoop it out
Never
into
adding.
a bowl.
I need to picture this. Dorothy skipped some steps. I don't understand.
Well, sometimes I just think that it's self-explanatory. Like, you put the cream in the bowl. But Drew's like, nope, you need every little step.
How you take the cream? What do you do with the cream?
You put it in a bowl.
Put in the bowl. Then we add.
Then you add the healthy sweetener, so a maple syrup usually works best, but you could use a honey. You can add a little bit of vanilla, pure vanilla. Make sure it's pure, not artificial. And normally you could just whip that up with a fork, or if you have beaters, you can whip it up with the beaters. But there's a couple things it's fine just like that, but there's a couple things you can do to spice it up a bit. So you can add some shredded coconut in there, and so in the bowl with the cream that we've added, the syrup,
Explain to them.
the maple. Well, I'm looking at him because he has question marks on his face. So in the bowl that we've put the coconut cream, the maple syrup, and the vanilla in, you can add coconut flakes. Makes it a bit thicker, gives it a bit more flavor as well. And then you can also add some pureed raspberries.
Ooh.
So you could add some pureed raspberries in there, and then you have like a pinkish frosting.
Very nice.
So that's our frosting for the cupcakes.
And it's not just for cupcakes. You can
No.
use that in other things as well.
You can put it on cookies too, the frosting.
Well, I'm sure there's lots of things you can put it on.
Oh, okay, sure. You can put it on lots of things.
Right. Well, if you have that whipped cream, natural whipped cream, you put in the fridge or freezer. Then
Right.
when you want to take it out, you can put it on all kinds of different things.
Oh yeah, because you're right. Like, we've put it on lots of different things, and even we make our own, like, hot chocolate, our own homemade hot chocolate. We've put scoop of that whipped cream on it too. It's delicious.
Yeah. So we enjoy that one for you.
Yes.
What's our quote?
our quote has to do with sugar, because we talked about sugar today for our main topic, and it's sugar? No thanks, I'm sweet enough. Right? Do you like it?
I like
Drew
it.
didn't seem like he liked it that much.
Usually they're longer, so I was listening.
I thought that was a good one. No thanks, sweet enough.
I like it.
Okay.
I'm going to use that next time.
Thank you for your approval. Would you like some sugar, Drew?
No thanks, I'm sweet enough.
I guess it doesn't work for a guy as well as it works for a girl.
All right, guys.
Nice.
I enjoyed it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks for tuning in to another edition of the D&D Morning Show.
Thanks again, and we'll catch you on the next episode.
See you guys.
Bye.